Well, folks, it's officially been confirmed. Come next year, when Enchanted Parks changes Six Flags St. Louis, the Looney Tunes and the DC Comics characters will cease to exist. No more Bugs Bunny, no more Batman, no more Mr. Freeze. There's going to be rivalry themes and a whole bunch of stuff, so looks like we got ourselves quite a bit of stuff to cover, so yeah. So, all good things must come to an end. As much as it's going to suck that I won't be able to give Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird, Sylvester, etc. a hug, it's probably better this way for both Warner Brothers and for Enchanted Parks, because, well, honestly, I feel like it's time to have a fresher start anyway, because, I mean, look on the bright side. There could be other IPs in mind. Definitely not Disney or anything Universal has, or anything that's outside of it, but hey, maybe there's the possibility of a Thomastown, but, well, it's a pretty low chance. Anyway, I'm not sure if they would actually get Thomas because, let's face it, according to my sister, who's a know-it-all, Thomas and Friends is old and no longer really relevant. But in all fairness, she's a Poindexter, so yeah. What does she know? So, looks like there's going to be some heavy rethemings going on, so looks like Batman might be called Cyclone after all. They might as well call it Cyclone. I feel like that could be a good name for it. Because it feels like you're in a cyclone, so yeah. So apparently Six Flags St. Louis, so apparently the CEO of Enchanted Parks has announced that there won't be any DC or Warner Brothers or Looney Tunes licensing anymore, so I don't know. I'm kind of hearing different sides to this story. Some people are saying that they're going to keep it. Other sides are saying that they're going to get rid of them all. But as of right now, I think it looks like it's goodbye. So, yeah, there's that. Not the article you read. Huh. Well, that's cool. The comments darken now whenever you select one, at least on StreamYard, because back then they would just be still highlighted right after I would close them. But anytime I read a comment and show it on stage, it just fades away. Well, not really fades away, but yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not like super sad though. I'm not like super butthurt, but well. I'm kind of hearing different sides because some are saying that Looney Tunes and DC are staying, while the other side is saying that they're going to do away with them. I don't know 100% for sure, so we'll have to see. We'll just have. It's one of those we'll see. Because, yeah. Well, it's gonna suck because I do love getting my hugs from Bugs Bunny and Tweety Bird and Daffy Duck and stuff like that, so it looks like I'm gonna have to plan more visits. So I can see almost every character one more time. At least my favorites, but yeah. This does remind me of how I first heard I had the kidney stone. Like, I thought that it would hurt your, what? Your hornswoggler. I thought it would hurt the hornswoggler, but no, it hurt more on the inside with the kidney stone. Because that was the biggest pain, the actual inside of the kidney, not the actual, the actual passing. The passing, I didn't really feel a thing. I mean, the passing, I feel it in the, I feel it in the urinary tract. So, I definitely felt it whenever it happened. That was painful. So, I'd rather not have to pee out either because, I mean, yeah. Kidney stones hurt. And they hurt like a bitch. Trust me, I know because I had one. And Chase was one of the people who saw it. But yeah. Yep, you know what to say. That's all, folks. So, oh man, I'm gonna tearfully say that whenever I see the Looney Tunes go away. Like on the last regular operation day, I'm just going to I'm just gonna stick around character corner for the last appearance so I can say goodbye one last time to whatever Looney Tune is out there. At this rate, I don't care if it's Porky. I'm gonna be saying goodbye. Well, if they still have character corner, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna change it back to colossal closeouts. Well, that just begs the question: what are they going to do with the other stuff like Colonnades or Miss Kitty's Saloon or 1904 Classic or Colossus and stuff? I'm not really offended. Your comment didn't really offend me. It was just out of nowhere. I mean, it wasn't a bad thing, but yeah. That's all right. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen to any of the other Six Flags establishments. Like, I know that they're going to have to change Studio 6F because that is a Six Flags store. So, I don't know. The building's purple. Could become a hot topic or something. I don't think they could put a hot topic in a theme park, though. Have they? Maybe they might make it a restaurant. I mean, I have seen a couple of idea posts, and what I would really love to see is a Auntie Anne's pretzels. Anyway, we always give our streams on the lighter side. They have mentioned the train in this article, and they said that they're going to be working on making improvements to the train. So this could mean hopefully Tom G can make it up that hill. But I seriously doubt they're going to replace him with a diesel. I mean, the engineers themselves have stated that they're not going to do that. Although the engineers have also stated that they hope that's not going to become some corporate gimmick name like, the Enchanted Parks Railway or something like that. Now, I wonder what they're going to put on the tender. Are they going to put the Enchanted Parks Railway or just Tommy G. Robertson or something like that? I know they have a nameplate for Tommy G. Robertson on his cab, so I wonder what they're going to do for the tender. Maybe just I think they might just put Enchanted Parks Railroad, or just the Enchanted Parks logo, which I'm pretty sure is not made with AI. People, like, what proof do you have that it's AI? For all we know, they could have designed it themselves. Favorite pizza restaurant? I'm gonna have to say Pizza Hut. I like mostly the basic bitch ones like Pizza Hut, Domino's, Casey's, Little Caesars to a lesser extent, Papa John's on occasion. Um, there's like this one gas station pizza that I ate at a Flying J where it's actually the Flying J in Denny's up in Sullivan, and it was like one of the best pizzas I've ever eaten. It was heavenly. Well, thanks a lot, Dylan. Now you got me hungry for pizza. I hope you're happy with yourself. I hope you're happy. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm not actually cross, but yeah. I'll have to check that out following the stream. But well, if anything changes, I will do a follow-up stream. Or probably just delete this stream because it'll no longer be relevant. However, I do know that the Tommy G. Robertson is safe. Tommy G ain't going anywhere. Anyway, what's some even more good news? Well, I am officially going to be starting production on Show Me Train Adventures this summer, in addition to an upcoming movie. I like stuffed crust cheese, but yeah. And there you go, still making me hungry. You're making me hungry for pizza! This angry face is not actually genuine. It's just a joke, but yeah. I could go for a nice hot pizza right now. Oh, I might order one. Or maybe I could just I could just heat up the leftover pizza that I have in the fridge that I'm hoping that's not going to be stale or moldy or anything. I don't know, it's been a few days and it's been in the fridge, so I think it's still fresh. Hopefully, it can heat up nice and hot. I'll have to find out, and hopefully, I don't die of mold, but I will. Well, I don't think I'll die of mold, but yeah, I will get sick. And if there's anything if there's one thing you gotta know about me, you all don't want to see me sick. So I'd rather not throw up live for everyone to see. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be eating the pizza right now. I'm just going to be having that after I'm done with the stream. Going to heat up some leftover pizza. But yeah. Yeah, I do love pizza as much as I love trains. In fact, I had a whole t-shirt that says, if it involves trains and pizza, count me in, which sadly that shirt is no more. I threw it away because there is bleaching on it, because I vomited on it and I left it in the bathroom, and eventually the throw up just bleached to the shirt, so I just had to throw it away. Yeah. Or no, wait, I think it might have got ripped. I think it was both. But yeah, I do love pizza. Well, I guess since we brought up the subject of pizza, what are your guys' favorite pizza? Comment down below in the stream. My other favorite Baby Einstein video I like is Baby Van Gogh. That's another good video. I still have yet to see Baby Shakespeare. I've seen the first Baby Einstein, and I thought, wow, that is weird. But yeah. Oh yeah, I know that Chase loves pepperoni because I ordered him a pepperoni pizza whenever we were staying at the hotel in Branson. We were staying at a Best Western, and I decided to order Little Caesars. I should have asked for extra cheese because they were very stingy with the cheese. There's too much sauce, not enough cheese. I should have ordered extra cheese, damn it. Oh well. I'm really hungry now. I have cookies, I have Doritos. I don't like Doritos or cookies. I want pizza now. I'll have to check that out. I am also going to be making a Show Me Train Adventures episode and a Drew Thomas and Friends episode. I will be working on my room this weekend, so yeah. I've been slacking off on it for too long, and I need to get some work done. So Saturday after work, I'm really going to be cracking down. In fact, I'm going to be cracking down a little bit tonight. I'm going to do 5 minutes. Anyway, also, I just watched Grease again yesterday, and I just realized that Eddie Deason, who plays the know-it-all kid from the Polar Express, he played a character in Grease. So therefore, Grease and the Polar Express, the Polar Express and Shining Time Station are connected. And Grease proves it, folks. Grease proves it. Because Steely Khan played Stacy Jones on Shining Time Station, and Eddie Deason played the know-it-all kid from the Polar Express. Coincidence? I think not! Those are good types. I mean, obviously, I don't like meat. I don't like anything on my pizza, but well, I might try baking. But yeah. What? Oh. Okay. Bernie, don't Bernie me. This little rat is guilty. I need people to join the stream. Like, I don't really have guests join streams anymore because no one really joins except for my crew now. Mostly Chase. Very rarely Wyatt. Well, not very rarely, but well, I've decided to just have streams be me mostly talking, especially because sometimes the subject gets steered off course. It still happens in the comments, but well, thankfully I can easily steer myself back in the right direction. But yeah. It's gonna be quite a season this year, so stay tuned for all sorts of Drew Thomas and Friends stuff. And I am planning to do a music video of "We Go Together" from Grease. It's the song that plays during the end. Josh has made his own music video of it, but I'm gonna do my own take because his music video was before I had it. I was in my Zootopia obsession and stuff. It's not really an obsession. Well, it kind of is because I have a Zootopia poster, Zootopia plushes, Zootopia figures. But let me just put the Tom's angry face on. This does not mean I am a furry. So if you're gonna start calling me a furry, I will shut that down immediately. Anyway, yeah. I plan to possibly do that in the future, a surprises music video. But yeah. Also, this month is gonna mark 5 years since I graduated high school. So yeah. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I am working on the trailer for Show Me Train Adventures, which it will be narrated by our pal Xander, who is a great narrator slash voiceover slash bumper maker slash trailer maker. But yeah, I'm gonna have to send him the fonts that I use if he wants to make more trailers. Like I use Flange Bold from Tom's and Friends, which is used for the titles and it's also used for the sing-alongs and also the logo. But yeah. Yep, Wyatt has 1 year left. Although, in my opinion, because he has good credits, he should just drop. Well, not really drop, but why I feel like he can. I feel like he could probably do senior skip days and stuff like that. Which I remember senior skip days, which we didn't really have those. Come to think of it, we just had to where for the rest of the school year, we just wouldn't come in except for graduation rehearsals and other shit. It was nice to have a break though. I still had to travel up with my family because my brother still had school, but I would just spend time with my sister. But yeah. Wyatt is not a huge fan of his school. I mean, no one really likes school though. I mean, I used to like my school, but well, now that I look back on it, this is what a lot of people realize about schools. It was definitely not the best place to be. Let's just say teachers were always going after my brothers, and there was always bullies going after my brother. There's also people who didn't understand autism. Well, yeah, almost every one of them didn't understand autism. I mean, you can't really expect them to learn it, though. But at the same time, they could be a lot more nice about it. I agree. Like, I feel like the U.S. Department of Education needs to do shit about this because they ain't doing jack. Yeah. Let's just say the president just has his thumb up his ass, busy with other shit. When I feel like the public school system should just stop being so damn monotonous and repetitive. Like I've watched a lot of videos. Like some people, like I've seen videos of people talking about learning curriculums like IXL or extra math, which are always giving kids stress and stuff. iReady, many other stressful computer systems, which I did use IXL, but yeah. One school system that I actually learned very well from was Time for Learning. They actually made it fun. Like, they used like these characters and they made it like it, and some of the, work made it feel like a game show. Some of it felt like, like there's parts where you got to read passages and then answer questions, which yeah, it was difficult and it felt tedious, but well, all you just have to do is just answer the questions. And I mean, there's like various segments that felt like game shows and stuff like that. Like it was a lot of fun. That's why I feel like public school curriculum should be like Time for Learning, which is time number 4 learning. It's a pretty good curriculum for homeschool. It's for like homeschool, after school, and other shit like that. Which I use that for homeschool mostly. But yeah, uh, Pixar didn't create Zootopia. Yes, John Lasseter helped with the movie, but it wasn't created by Pixar. It was created by Walt Disney Animation Studios. Yeah, school is just sick because people always have these thoughts, and all they do is just talk and stuff. They don't actually take action to prevent this shit from happening. They don't like various students got away with a bunch of shit that they've done with me. Like, don't even get me started on the sexual harassment I had to endure. Don't worry, it was nothing below the belt. It was just above. They were making me uncomfortable. It was still harassment, and it should have been dealt with. But I didn't want to tell the teacher. But there were teachers nearby that could have just saw it and they could have just said something. But nope. Nope. No, no, no. Just let him fight his own battles. That's all right. Like, I feel like the public school system needs to be changed. Don't even get me started about the tedious things I've dealt with in high school. Like, don't even get me started on RTI, which stands for the Rolla Technical Institute, which is they had all sorts of nice rooms. Like, I thought that my whole, intro to service careers room was going to be a nice place and it was going to look so cool. But when I walked in and I saw that fluorescent lighting and I caught a whiff of that room, I was like, what the fuck is this place? Yeah, Go Guardian was used on us. They pretty much made sure we didn't. Yeah, apparently it was like a spyware system or something like that. Yeah. Plus, do we really need to block websites and stuff? Like, we get it that kids need to be focused, but I feel like if anything should be doing the monitoring, it should be actual teachers. See, we rely too much on technology, and this shit happens. School was all right, at least for my freshman year. My freshman year was mostly positive. I mean, the only negative thing was my ex, but my freshman year was great. Sophomore year could have been a lot better, believe me. It was very bumpy. Junior year just stressed me the fuck out because I was falling behind in some of my classes because I was in fucking RTI. So I didn't really have a class to make up work and shit like that. So hooray. At least for my senior year. It was slightly better, but there's the COVID restrictions and there was the FOMO and being railroaded into signing up for college. Because, like an idiot, I thought it was just some trip to the college where I could spend time with my friends. Nope, it was not. It was for signing up for classes, and I got railroaded into signing up, despite the fact that we told the counselor that I did not want to sign up. Did I say I was going to sign up? No, I did not. I just didn't communicate it as well. So, yeah, that was part of the reason. Don't even get me started about the evil people from my school. Like, the people who think that they are high above everyone. It's just stupid. Like, so what if you have more money? So what if your sister is a celebrity? So what if, well, you know, so what if your parents are a part of the school district? Or so what if your mom gets arrested because she was doing stupid shit? Big whoop. There's bigger shit going on, and yet people are treating that like it's a big fucking deal. Like, just because you think you're high above everyone in the school doesn't mean you are. If anything, you're like one of the lowest common denominators in this entire world because nobody gives a damn about you. My high school reunion's coming up, and right now I'm just going back and forth on whether or not I should go or not. At least I don't have to go with the people that I've dealt with for my sophomore year because I ain't hanging out with those pricks. Almost most of them were all pricks because they're all fucking assholes. Honestly, fuck everyone. Well, fuck all those people from my sophomore year who were freshmen. At the same time, they were kids, so I hope that they're doing better and they learned from their bullshit, but doesn't mean I want to see them again, because I sure as hell don't. I'm not saying you guys should drop school or anything, but stay in school, but just try to carry on past all the bullshit that goes on, because almost everything about public school is just bullshit. The fact that they did the senior prank without me was just, ugh. Like, nobody knew about this fucking Snapchat thing. Like, they should have made a post about it. They should have informed people. Like, what the fuck? Like, how they like they're saying that we should have known about this, but we didn't. No one told us. No one told us, and yet they were just, being keyboard warriors, they're just attacking my sister and my, mom. Oh, I love Cars. Cars is a great Disney Pixar film. I love Cars. It probably might be one of my favorite Pixar films. I love Cars 1 and Cars 3. Cars 2, Cars 2 I like too, but I don't consider it a part of the franchise, but yeah. I sadly don't have much VHS tapes. I just have A Bug's Life and The Emperor's New Groove for show, and that's it. Which does remind me of something. I am also wanting to work on Nibbles and Gary Watch the THX logo, so if you haven't watched Zootopia 2 yet, I highly recommend checking it out before you watch that video, because I might give out spoilers. Finding Nemo, honestly, just Pixar in general, it's just great. I mean, I still have yet to see Elio and Hoppers, but I will see those on a later date. In fact, I think I might watch Elio sometime this month, considering that's almost a year old, and then I'll watch Hoppers whenever that gets released on Disney Plus. But I haven't really seen much movies because ever since Zootopia 2, I just stopped going to the movies. That, and also, actually, the last movie I saw in theaters was I Can Only Imagine 2, which I did see Zootopia 2 twice last year. That was fun. Got to see it twice, but yeah. Yeah, my local theater is a Regal theater. It's in Rolla. I have the Regal Unlimited, so I get all the movies I want. Regal has updated their roller coaster logo, which it looks like the classic roller coaster instead of like that futuristic one where it shows, this roller coaster track as you go through a Coca-Cola mountain, which soon changed to a Pepsi mountain, and then you go to this like strange cave where a popcorn kernel just scares the shit out of you. I remember my first time seeing that promo, and that popcorn scared the shit out of me. Like, it'll just go pop. It definitely scared the shit out of me. My first time at Regal Cinemas. Which my first time at Regal was when I went to see Coco. I always like to go to the movies for my birthday. It's like one of my biggest traditions. Like, almost every birthday I go to the movies. One year I went to see Ghostbusters. One year I went to see Zootopia 2. Obviously, that being last year. Which another reason why I go for my birthday is that, which all the more reason to go for my birthday is that I get a free popcorn and soda, which when I went to see Moana 2, I got a free popcorn and soda, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I was like, I could use that to my advantage for the next Disney movie, Zootopia 2. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Zootopia 2. Oh, wait, I have seen it already. Why did I say that? But yeah, Zootopia 2 is a great movie. I already have the characters Nibbles and Gary. I plan to get other characters like Paubert on a later date. So, yeah. Which Paubert will be a part of Drew Thomas and Friends. And before you ask, he will not get the redemption arc. I'm just going to state that because I don't want to give out too much, because one person hasn't seen the full ending yet. But sadly, YouTube copyrighted that playlist that Chase was using to watch Zootopia 2, so that's a damn shame. Or perhaps Disney sent them a cease and desist, or whatever happened. But yeah, ever since they made the switch from Coke to Pepsi at Regal, I've just been getting slushies for my drink. I just get slushies. Like, I think when I went to see Zootopia 2, I think I got the green apple slush for Wicked. It was pretty good. I sadly did not get the Gary popcorn bucket. I wish I did. I kind of wish I went to the other theaters because they had like a Judy Hopps head cup and they had like all sorts of Zootopia themed stuff. Honestly, though, Zootopia 2 was a great Disney film, and I'm glad I got to see it in theaters twice. My second time was a little bit better than my first time, except for the car ride home because my sister was freaking the fuck out because the car was breaking down. And every time she freaks out, she always acts like it's the end of the world. I love my family and all, but well, sometimes they really annoy me. I mean, that's the whole goal of a family, though. They're supposed to be annoying sometimes. Sometimes you have a high maintenance father who always has to, have things done his way or something like that. And yeah. I'm not trying to insult my family because they are not worth insulting. But yeah. Where the fuck did I put my remote? I'm not gonna turn anything on, but well, I'm just wondering where I put it. Oh, there it is. It's on the ground. All right. See you, Dylan. Uh-oh. I don't have cable anymore, so I don't really see alerts except for on my phone. So yeah. And I haven't really had cable ever since I moved here. I had cable for like a few years when I stayed at the old log house up in Bourbon. But while I no longer live in Bourbon, obviously, because yeah. Bourbon is full of assholes. Mostly. Yeah, it's full of assholes. I don't have to say anything positive because there are some nice people, but well, yeah. Oh my. Dixon, my bad. So I just called him Dylan twice. That was embarrassing of me. My mistake. Anyway, yeah. Since we talked about food, let's talk about popcorn. So one way I like to eat popcorn is I use Jiffy Pop. It's pretty much a stovetop popcorn that you can pop on your stove. You pretty much turn on the heat, and then you put the Jiffy Pop on there, and you shake it around in circles, and while it's sizzling, and then after a while, it pops into popcorn. After after it's fully popped, that's when you take it off. That's when you take it off the stove top or grill or whatever, and then you pop it open with a fork, or you tear it open with a fork, and then you got yourself a nice, tasty popcorn snack. I'm getting myself hungry. I might have to leave early so I can get something to eat. Let's talk more about the Looney Tunes. I remember as a kid, whenever I would see the Looney Tune characters, I believe there might exist some pictures of me with the Looney Tunes in like 2013 or something. But ever since I got older, I always felt like adults can really see the Looney Tunes. But then when I saw an older couple, okay, but then I decided to work up the courage and get a picture with Bugs and Daffy and stuff, and then, well, it was Bugs, but yeah. Afterwards, that was when I got a picture with Tweety because I wanted to get a picture of Tweety. Bugs Bunny joined, and I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." And then when I saw an older lady hug Tweety Bird, I was like, okay, so it is safe to hug them. So I thought it would just be weird for adults to hug them, but nope, you can give them hugs. I mean, sure, I know that for a fact that they're actual people just wearing a costume, but still nice to get hugs. I mean, yeah. In fact, when I go to Disney World, I plan on getting hugs from Donald Duck, Judy Hopps, Nicholas Wilde, and many other characters. Maybe I'll get a hug from Mickey, but well, yeah. I mostly wanted to see Donald Duck and Judy Hopps and Nicholas Wilde. I would have seen Stitch, but I don't have a Stitch obsessed girl anymore, so yeah. Yeah, this breakup's still been pretty hard for me, but hey, at least I'm still standing. Anyway, what else is there to talk about? I remember back when Six Flags had the character lots, like there was like Sylvester 20 or something like that. And whenever we would park back during the 50th anniversary, we would say, okay, we're in Sylvester 20, or we're in Bugs 18 or something like that. Yeah, I know for sure that one of the times when I saw Tweety Bird, he was very bright with energy, and that was on opening day. And he would just give me and that cute little bird would just give me heart signs. That's so sweet. Gives like the hand hearts. It's so sweet of Tweety. Honestly, I sure am gonna miss the Looney Tunes. It's not gonna be the same. So yeah. So I wonder if they're gonna have new characters or if they're gonna just throw them all away. Or just throw away the whole character concept. I mean, there are theme parks that survive without characters. I mean, sometimes have like special appearances. Aww. I believe that was at Universal because yeah. You can find a lot of Shrek characters at Universal. Like, um I know that there's like a whole donkey meet and greet where he actually talks. But yeah. I actually when I was walking past Tweety, or when I was going to take a picture of Tweety, I heard some teenagers say, "Oh my gosh, it's Big Bird," and I was like, "Yeah, I see it." I mean, he's yellow, he has orange feet, just like Big Bird. So yeah, I am gonna miss Donald. I'm gonna miss that. Why did I almost say Donald Duck? I meant to say Daffy Duck. Oh, Dream World because DreamWorks. I forgot there's a DreamWorks park in Australia. Yeah, I forgot he's in Australia. I keep forgetting where people are from, although I do know that me and my crew are from Missouri. Um, I do sometimes interact with the characters that's over at City. Well, yeah, I do. Except these characters aren't like the costume characters. There's only one costume character at Silver Dollar City, and that's Lucky. He's the Dalmatian who is at the fire district. He stands next to the large pumper wagon, and that's near fireman. It's near the firehouse playhouse, and yeah. Oh Lord. Okay, okay. Potato. Daffy and Donald are sort of similar in a way. Well, not really, but well, Donald is more of like a cranky duck, whereas Daffy is well. Actually, yeah, they're pretty similar, except yeah. Oh yeah, because of Wax the dog, Henry the octopus, Dorothy the dinosaur. Um, the main reason why I was I don't know. It's just well, part of it has something to do. I guess. Well, part of it is also because one of my classmates, who was also in the same class as me, was actually the Warhawk, which is a bird. That was also a costume character, which that was like the first one that I actually hugged, like gave full hug. Oh yeah, Captain Feathersword is a costume character in a way. It's not like the first suited ones, but yeah. I guess the Wiggles are. Well, I don't think they can just random people to dress up as them. They actually have the actual Wiggles. Like back then it was Greg, Murray, Anthony, and Jeff. But well, currently I don't know who the current Wiggles are, but I know that Anthony is still the Blue Wiggle. At least I think. I really follow the Wiggles all that much, but well, I do listen to the classic Wiggles stuff like Hot Potato, Fruit Salad. The Hot Potato song is just so damn catchy, but it's so good. It's like one of my favorite songs by the Wiggles. That and Wiggly Party. I also found out that they did a cover of the Banana Boat song for Beetlejuice. And I was like, that is awesome. They also did You Make Me Feel Like Dancing, which is also a classic song. I feel like the Wiggles should do Sweet Caroline. Oh, no, wait. They did perform Sweet Caroline at like some sort of concert or something. The Wiggles did. Honestly, the Wiggles were one of my favorite groups growing up. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more Wiggles. My goodness. Well, I don't think Anthony's one of them, but yeah. Yeah. One music artist I listened to a lot as a kid though was Rothy. Like Baby Beluga, Down by the Bay. Like he's done a lot of great songs. Oh, that song is good too. I remember seeing the Wiggles show on Playhouse Disney, but then they left because they had other music groups going on there too, like the Doodle Bops and Imagination Movers. Mostly the Imagination Movers, because back when the Doodle Bops were around, they would still have the Wiggles. I remember seeing the Dan Zane's House Party segment too, which that was an interstitial that would be in between shows. The multi-music video creeped me out a little bit though because of the sun at the end, because they have the sun that comes to life, but the song is pretty sweet and catchy. I'm gonna have to translate it though. I know that baila baila is like Spanish for sing or dance. I mean, yeah. See, folks, I know some Spanish. I mean, sometimes though, people find it hard to speak English, and well, personally, I don't mind. They can speak whatever language they like because it's their language. Like telling people to speak another language is like the French people telling us to learn our language whenever we visit France, to learn their language whenever we visit France. Which thankfully they don't really do that. They just pretty much say, either you learn a language or don't learn it at all. But yeah, I guess if I want to see the Looney Tunes badly again, I could always go down to Six Flags Great America. Just get a day ticket and go down to Six Flags Great America if I really miss them. But well, I'll live. Besides, I got my plushies. I can always hug my plushies. So I got the Happy Tree Friends, I got Nick and Judy, I got the Healers. I still have to do a healer meet and greet, which I might do. Which I might do it at Disney World, because I know that Animal Kingdom has a Bluey show, but I'm not sure if they're gonna have meet and greets. But maybe I will do meet and greets, and maybe if I have time, I'll find one of the Up characters. You see, I'm not going to do a whole lot of rides because lines get pretty long. I guess it really depends on what day we go, because if we go on a weekend, they're probably going to be hella long. I'm not sure. Honestly, I need to just quit being an impatient person and just actually wait the line. I might see about getting an ADA pass for Disney though, because I have autism. Maybe they'll be nice to give me one, hopefully, but I think I might still have to wait a small line though. I know there's like the Fast Pass, which is like Fast Lane here at Six Flags St. Louis, which it's called Fast Lane because that's what they call it in Cedar Fair, because Cedar Fair was the thing that merged with Six Flags, but because of this acquisition, they had to sell some of their parks, which Six Flags St. Louis and Worlds of Fun were on that chopping block. I wonder if they're going to keep the Peanuts gang for Worlds of Fun or if they're going to have to scrap them too. But I know that, well, actually, maybe St. Louis might keep their Looney Tunes. I'm not sure. But maybe they're just sending in people to rebrand people for rebrand options because, well, as like a just in case if it doesn't work, which I don't know. Currently taking a look at Facebook, so but yeah. I'm not sure if they're going to bring those back or if they're just going to not do mascots anymore. I guess we'll have to find out when we get there. If it's characters that I actually do like and they look nice and fluffy and huggable, I will do a meet and greet with them and I will give them hugs and I'll be nice and stuff, obviously, because yeah, especially if they're really huggable. Like if there's like a really soft one or one that looks really adorable, I would hug it. My favorite Looney Tune characters to see are Bugs, Daffy, and Tweety. Those are my top three. Yeah, honestly, a whole meet and greet. I mean, being a costume character would seem like a lot of fun, but at the same time, you know, you be in this furry suit for a long time. If people won't tell it's you, you have to be quiet. To like, yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard about the Amazing Digital Circus stuff, and if people keep asking me to bring the characters under Drew Thomas, I will throw them out the window, or I will dump boiling oil on them. Because I will not add the Amazing Digital Circus characters to Superstitionaires. I'm not saying that I hate Amazing Digital Circus. I haven't seen an episode yet, but I heard it's good. I don't know, maybe if I do like it, maybe sometime in the future. But for now, we're just going to stick with what we have now. And I will in the future have the Hey Dougie characters from the TV show Hey Dougie from Studio AKA and stuff because I've already featured some Hey Dougie clips in my music videos, like my recent one of Sounds. They will be in We Go Together because, yeah. I think I'm also going to have Molly McGee in that music video because, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to say this now. I'm actually starting to like Molly McGee. Well, I've actually still had a soft spot for Molly McGee. I was just mostly doing what the others were doing because I was just, trying to make them happy. But nowadays, I just stopped caring about whether or not people are happy or not. You can't please everyone. If people don't like what I have to do, they can leave. If people want to stay, my friend, that's great. That shows how much of good friends they are. But yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah. I am gonna check out Sam's Pixar ranking video later. Because he apparently ranked all the Pixar films. And this I gotta see. Every single Pixar film, I gotta see this. What is his least favorite and what is his most favorite? If he talks about Elio and Hoppers though, I'm just gonna skip past those. Because I don't want those to be spoiled yet. So I still have yet to see Elio and Hoppers. But yeah. I've seen almost every Pixar film though, from Toy Story to Inside Out 2. Um so far one of the only Pixar films I don't really care for is The Good Dinosaur. That is boring. Like I get the emotional story and stuff. It's pretty sweet, but at the same time, it's just one that I don't really want to watch all that much. That's like Toy Story or Cars or Finding Nemo or Finding Dory. I remember 10 years ago when I went to see Finding Dory in Zootopia for the first time. That was before I was. That's before I loved Zootopia. I was like, oh yeah, I was. I was like really ecstatic. Like I did a whole stream celebrating it with the otters and the engines. Well, by engines I mean Tom's and Percy and the other super stationers. Like which I stopped doing Tom's and Percy streams because I I don't like sitting on my legs all that much. It gets pretty painful. And it also causes them to fall asleep and become numb. So I just decided to stop doing Tom's Percy streams. Maybe for when I get my computer hooked up, I'll bring them back. But I'm not going to open with like a theme song or anything. Just going to just go straight to the show. Honestly, though, I just stopped doing Tom's Percy streams because I don't really do much. But yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not going to spoil that. So you have to go to Chase's channel and check it out for yourself. So yeah. Um. Also, you probably saw that I did a whole "Is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse overhated" video, and I answered that question with a yes because as much as I don't like it myself, I do feel like people are overhating it. Like it's not the worst thing to come out of Disney, and people are just like people like me are being a little bit too harsh. But I'm starting to I'm s- well, I'm starting to look for positive things about it. Like I did watch a couple of clips of like the Wrong Mask of Tool stuff, and I think and I thought that was funny. I strongly advise that you don't put the link in the description or the chat because that will that will give easy access to trolls and attackers and stuff because that's why I stopped sharing the link publicly because of the whole anti-StreamYard problem that we've had back in 2023. That was one of the worst things that happened during the Dark Ages Railroad. It's one of the main reasons why I was almost about to leave Drew Thomas because of all the anti-StreamYard and near-death nonsense. Because so many people were pissed off with me because I just flipped out over someone when it wasn't all that big of a deal. Like people were just like, I get I shouldn't have been so angry and stuff, and I've done a lot of mistakes, but people didn't have to treat me like I was one of the worst people in the world. I'm personally excited to collect them. I can't wait to I'm also curious to see if they can actually pull Wooden Railway rolling stock because I still have lots of Wooden Railway track or train. I have some wooden tracks though. I just bought some at Silver Dollar City. I might see about getting a train table and building like a little train table for I want to make like a train room, and I wanted to get in touch with my inner young railroader. It was nice to play trains on a train table at Iron Spike, which yeah, the people of Iron Spike have been downright cruel to my friends, so yeah, I will have to. Yeah, they are pretty mid. Well, not pretty mid, but I think they look pretty nice. I mean, it's nice to see actual Island of Sodor train set destinations instead of roller coasters. Like, don't get me started on the walking bridge. Oh boy. Whoever thought that was a good idea should not be making Thomas and Friends episodes because that episode was made just so they can sell a toy of a walking bridge, which is like stilts for the engines. Like they are engines, not circus clowns. I used to, but after a while, I started disagreeing with him because he was just being utterly offensive and being utterly rude. But yeah, um, they're still making the Mattel Adventureland, but I'm not sure if that's going to be made because of the whole, you know, because of the whole, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to break out of the whole, freaking out when I hear the hot dog dance. Like, I'm trying my best to break out of that because anytime I hear that cymbal crashing that accordion, I just feel this rage or fury building up inside of me. But yeah, I'm not sure about the Mattel Adventure Park because I think they're doing away with that because I'm not sure. Originally, it was going to be an average Thomas ride, but then when the Oranges Go happened, they had the Oranges Go Thomas. But then when they cancel that show, they're probably have to go back to having an average Thomas, but this time with the whole. But yeah, yeah, that guy was just. I think he's just trying to get people angry. That's all right. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah. Oh, good. I haven't said anything ridiculous yet. That's good. Yeah, I'm just not sure if they're going to use that or not. Or maybe they might figure out a way to make it to where, actually, you know. Well, they were talking about how I quote unquote drink piss, but I don't because they're telling nothing but oh wait, they're trying to set me up. I don't want to say too much, otherwise they're gonna start making memes out of me. I must avoid saying anything else, otherwise no. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not have. No, you don't. You don't have footage. Um, it was destroyed. Yeah. Uh. Oh no. Oh no. They're gonna make memes out of me. Oh no. They're gonna make memes out of me. Oh dear. No, you do not. No, no, no. No, no, no. You do not. You do not. Well, you don't even have any way to contact him. No, I didn't. I did not say it live. When did I say that I did that I do when I didn't? Like, plus, have you actually seen me drink urine? Like, yeah, I yeah. One time I had to pee in a cup for a test for my kidney stone, but yeah. No, not the FBI. Oh no, not really. The FBI won't attack because they have nothing to use against me. Nothing. But yeah, you don't have a way to contact CNO, so there. Do you have any way to contact CNO? Because if you don't, how are you going to send the clip to him? Unless, oh dear, I don't think he will. I mean, he's not capable of it, is he? Oh my god, he's capable of a lot. He's capable of a whole lot, and I mean a whole lot. He can do a lot to me. Like I'm not safe around him, so looks like we have to stop hanging out with Chase, folks. So, um, yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to replace someone as Chase. Who wants to be Chase's replacement, folks? Just kidding. I'm not gonna ever replace Chase. He's awesome. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He does not have Discord. He doesn't have Discord. He does not have Discord. He does not. Ha! He doesn't have Discord. So there. Ha! Oh wait, I think he's gonna upload and then unlist it. But oh my god, he's not gonna unlist it. He's gonna make it public. And we're at the 1 hour mark, folks. So it's time to wrap up, folks. I'm gonna get something to eat and drink, and it's gonna be water or soda, and definitely not urine, because why would I do that? That's disgusting. Anyway, that's all for this video. So like, subscribe to Thomas, and don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified for notifications and shit like that. Also, stay tuned for Show Me Train Adventures coming this summer, and for my upcoming movie, which I'm not sure I'm going to call it. I think it's going to be Drew Thomas the Movie 3: The Return of Diesel 10. So, when I make a thumbnail, you're going to see what it is. And stay tuned for a potential trailer. Also, stay tuned for a trailer for Show Me Train Adventures. Oh, did I say too much? I did. Okay, everybody, this is Drew Thomas signing off. Good night, and pickles suck. Bye!